My name is Sam Illingworth and I am a senior lecturer in science communication at Manchester Metropolitan University. Along with my partner in crime, Dan Simpson, we have been putting together this event, Experimental Words.
Good evening, welcome to the Scottish Storytelling Centre. This is Experimental Words!
Experimental Words is a method by which we bring together poets and scientists to explore the similarities and the differences between their works, and also to see if this interdisciplinary approach is the most effective way of solving problems that are quite difficult for either the scientists or the poets to solve by themselves.
Tonight we are seeing performances from the Loud Poets, who we have paired up with University of Edinburgh scientists. We have challenged them to come up with these unique performances using the knowledge of the scientists and the performing skills of the poets, and they're going to show off what they've devised for us this evening. So Sam, you're going to kick us off with
absolutely.
the poem?
So should caveat by this by saying Dan and I have worked together quite a number of times as a scientist who writes poetry and as a poet who is into science as well. And the purpose of this evening really is to bring the two worlds together and then to try and see if there's a different way of trying to solve these global interdisciplinary problems. So you're going to all leave the room knowing that we've solved world hunger, poverty and climate change.
My name is Katie Ills. I have been writing about the atmosphere and about the composition of air, which sounds really weird when you put it that way, and different conceptual models of the Earth as a bounded thing. No, really. Where does the sky start? Is it just above our heads? Anything higher than our eye line?
Yeah, so Katie's written a poem about the sky and the atmosphere and the climate and how we perceive them, which is actually non-trivial. She's opened my eyes to a little bit. There's some of the things that she's included in her poem I've never thought of, and I think that's pretty cool.
We believed we were locked in a cosmic kaleidoscope, that the moon, the sun, the planets were affixed to crystal spheres that spun around the Earth, and that the stars were tiny puncture holes through which heavenly light shone.
This is a scientist. We see him here in one of the many natural habitats his kind inhabit, a salt marsh.
Hi, my name's Doug Gary, and I'm a Loud Poet. So I've been hooked up with a scientist called William, and he does stuff about salt marshes, which are really cool, actually.
Well, salt marshes are, I think first of all, they're amazing. That's the first thing you want to know. Salt marshes are actually quite useful landscapes. They attenuate storm surges, they store CO2, and they provide nursing grounds for shrimps and fish.
You start off in the piece by the scientist looking at the salt marsh, setting up this experiment where we're going to use audience members as bits of equipment, because we're fun. And then we set up that experiment, and then the poem is the salt marsh telling the scientist what it sees.
I watched you crack this world open like the oyster made for your pearl, as if you owned everything you touched. I watched you swim backstrokes through the consequences of your growth. Until now, you and I, we tread water.
What makes me excited about this event and why I think it's important is that it's a fantastic communication tool, but it's also a nice fusion of the humanities and the sciences. It humanizes the sciences, and I can't really speak to what it does for poetry because I'm not a poet.
It's been kind of cool. We did this intentionally because we don't make progress unless we bump into people that we don't meet all the time. So it was a little clash of cultures, but it's been really fun. I've really enjoyed it.
It's been such a good experience being paired with a scientist. I've been so inspired by the various concepts that we've been working with, and for me, it's been such a good way of generating new material.